Hello, all you wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter World. In the last episode, we took down a Juratotus and found some mysterious spikes in the Wildspire Waste. In this episode, we hope to take care of a Tobi Kadachi, so that way we can get one step closer to fighting or capturing Zora Magdaros. Yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded Monster Hunter content, hasn't it? It's just because of school and everything else. But now that I have spring break, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. Think what I do here. Oh yeah. I'm just checking to see what materials that we need to upgrade our poison hammer. We almost have everything except for one little material that's left. Shame. Ah well, can't win them all though. Go ahead and have our meal. Wyvern thigh and wyvern egg. The good old steak and egg combo. Go ahead and organize our inventory. Not too much this time, so I'll just leave it in. So how is life for you guys? My first quarter of college just wrapped up and I couldn't be more happy with the results. Granted, I didn't do so hot with math, but I just gave it my best. And I failed. Not because I didn't try or anything like that. Far from it. I spent like 4 hours in the tutoring center every single day after school. But you know what? I'll get it eventually. Plus all my progress carried over, so I think I definitely have it in the bag. But now we're hunting ourselves a Tobi Kadachi. So, I'll see you guys there.
Hey, partner.
Alright, let's get this party started, shall we?
In order to use one of your specialized tools, you'll need to equip it from the item bar. They're used just like any regular item, but their effects only last for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
If the tool you're using stops working, don't worry. It'll recharge after a while.
I haven't figured out how to access that yet, but I'm sure I'll figure out how to do it. I'll be needing it for the Anjanath fight. She said the item bar. I think it's either the one in the bottom right corner or the little circle. Go ahead and get our stamina. And head out. I was just double checking to make sure that I had everything. We're going to want nullberries for this hunt. Feels good to be back commentating Monster Hunter again. Yeah, college takes precedent over everything else. Because it's how you get your job, it's how you get your career, everything really. This is one of those monsters with a cutscene because it's the first time we've seen the Tobi Kadachi. Well, we haven't ran into it yet, but we will eventually. Go ahead and grab ourselves some slinger ammunition. I think this is the first challenging monster that you'll run into. I mean, it's not hard, but it'll put up a decent fight if you're not properly prepared for it. In fact, even with the decently upgraded bone armor that I have, it still kind of kills me once. Just saw the Anjanath right there. I think for the most part, if you leave the Anjanath alone, like unless it sees you, then it'll come after you, but there are some times where the Anjanath just sees you and says, you know what, he's not worth it today, I'm not gonna eat him. Which I'm thankful that this giant T-Rex doesn't want to eat me. Why not do a little bit of mining before finding our target? I get lost here for a little bit, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut until I start to get the monster's trail. Or I might just keep it in, what the heck. Because gathering data on the Anjanath is also important. Well, any monster, specifically. Because it gives you ecological information, habitats, weaknesses, breakpoints, all of it. It just sees me here, so I just decide I don't want to mess with that, and I just peace out. Yeah, not worth my time getting ripped in half by a T-Rex. Although that's next episode where that happens. Oh boy, I'll have fun with that one. 'Cause you guessed it, after the Tobi, we hunt the Anjanath. Oh boy, I'm gonna have fun with that one. Anjanath mucus. I wonder if that's the mucus that it uses to breathe fire. Like, it heats up the mucus, and the mucus is kind of like an oil. And then it combusts that in its stomach and then breathes fire. That would make sense. So yeah, since nothing really is happening all that much, I'll just cut to when we find the Tobi's trail. Okay, that took me a little while, but it looks like I found something. Hopefully it's well, it is our good old friend, the Tobi Kadachi. And there we go. We got ourselves a trail of scout flies to follow. Again, gather as much ecological data as you can possibly find so that you can have as much data on the monster that you need. Like, once you find a monster's trail, it's incredibly easy to pick them up. Looks like it makes its habitat up in the trees. I would want to live here too. Nice and quiet. No one would really bother me. I don't think the Anjanath comes up here at all. And looky here, we got like a nest. Alright, so it looks like we got our mark here in the Tobi Kadachi. Now, for this monster, it's a fanged wyvern, and its elements consist of thunder. Now, as for design, it kind of looks like somewhat of... It looks similar to maybe like a Nargacuga. Well, it has elements of Nargacuga, but it's kind of got a lizard head. I think the thing that makes me think that it's somewhat related to the Nargacuga is maybe the tail. It's got a similar tail, and its tail is long. Another monster that it might be, or the developers might have drawn inspiration from, was the Zenogre, since this monster also has another similar tail flip to it. So, enough about the monster itself. Now let's get into the stats. Its habitat is the ancient forest, particularly in the higher canopy areas, if that's what you want to call it, which is area 14 and 15. The ailments that it can inflict on you is Thunderblight, so watch out for that. By the way, Thunderblight makes it so that you stay confused a little bit longer if you're hit with it, and then you're hit with an attack that might confuse you. For weaknesses, the only weakness it has is water, so I would take some time to grind out more Giratotus materials to make yourself a good water elemental weapon. I didn't do this here because I thought my hammer would be enough, but it might be a good idea nonetheless. Now for the breaks, you can break its legs, you can break its tail, you can break its head, and you can break its back. Now I would really recommend bringing a longsword to this because its tail is rather pesky, and it uses its tail for one of its most powerful attacks. So yeah, I would recommend that you bring a sharp weapon. It doesn't have to be like a longsword or anything, just a bladed weapon. I probably should have brought dual swords to this instead of a hammer, but hey, I like my knockout stuns. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah. Make sure that whenever you heal, you're out of the range of its attacks, because it's quite fast. And the range on its attacks is quite surprising, and it'll catch you off guard if you're not prepared for it. Another thing, obviously, is to bring nullberries to counteract the Thunderblight so that you don't get confused for as long. So yeah, that's all that I have for this monster. It's not too tricky unless you get hit by that tail slam move and get inflicted with Thunderblight. Then you'll have problems with it. Just make sure to time your dodges correctly, and don't be dumb about where you hide and heal, or else you'll get punished for it. So yeah, that's the Tobi Kadachi. Oh yeah, that was the first death, by the way. Oh boy. It just caught me off guard with how quick its attacks were. It also gets charged up like that. But this is just really weird. Like, I hit it a couple times. It just decides to ignore me for whatever reason. Like, okay. It's not even attacking my feline. Like, what the heck? Look at that. That's weird. Like, I got another good hit on it before it started to just say, hey, this guy's hitting me in the tail with a hammer. I better retaliate or something like that. One of the strangest things now that I look at it more. I am glad that I brought the poison hammer because this guy is susceptible to poison. But yeah, that tail slam. Ooh boy. Can't wait to get earplugs on one of my armor sets, because then that'll negate the roars. That was the tail flip that I was talking about earlier. That's very deadly. He also has that little quick swipe that you just saw. That tail flip was very similar to the Zenogre's, although if I had to say anything about it, it looks like it comes out a little bit faster than the tail whip, the tail flip from the Zenogre. It's also kind of like a flying squirrel in some aspect. It's really weird. It's like got the head of a lizard, and then you got like the Zenogre tail flip, and then you just have parts of a flying squirrel added in there for good measure. Definitely unique. Definitely very unique. And I like it. Go ahead and sharpen up here. Now we're good to go. Get the material. Just a wyvern tear. Wyvern tears are just commodities that are turned in at the end of the quest to give you resources. I don't think there's ever been like a quest where you just get wyvern tears and deliver them. There might have been subquests in previous Monster Hunter games, but not just full-on quests where you just break a monster and then turn in the wyvern tears. So now we're just following the Tobi Kadachi and seeing where it goes. Usually sticks around the canopy area. There we go. $69 damage. Work hard on it, and going for the mount. Looks like it's tired out, so this should be easy. I wonder how it must feel getting stabbed over and over. Like you're just this giant monster that's minding its own business, and then you have hunters trying to climb on you and stab your eyeball over and over. Although the hunters camp, or the guys back at base did say that Tobi Kadachi was causing problems. I'm sure there's been a case in Monster Hunter where, like, hey, this monster's just minding its own business, let's just kill it for no reason. That has to have happened at least one time in the whole entire series. I make good use of the tree here and cover myself. That is one thing you always want to do, is get cover between you and the monster, or just put some distance in between you and the monster, really. That'll give you enough time to heal and sharpen. Although if you had speed sharpening, which is a skill that allows you to sharpen your weapon faster, then you could get away with more cheeky stuff like sharpening right in front of a monster. And considering that you can roll out of animations, you could possibly get away with it. It just destroyed that whole entire tree right there. I think they've had environmental destruction. Yeah, they had environmental destruction back in 4. I think they had it in Generations, although I never played Gen. Ouch, got me good there. Took almost half of my health. Looks like it's limping though, so it's not able to finish me off. Let's put the coup de grace on this, shall we? Yeah, I imagine getting bludgeoned over the head over and over again with the hammer must not be the most pleasing experience. Plus getting stabbed while being mounted by a hunter. Yeah, it must hurt like hell. Although, the only thing I don't like about the hammer is that it's not good for chasing moving monsters. It's more suited towards slow and stationary monsters. If you have a trap, you can just set that down and then just wail on the monster. Or if you have someone in your party who uses sleep stuff, like maybe sleep shots or sleep arrows in their bow, then they can put the monster to sleep, and then you have your greatsword users and your hammer users just charge up and then release everything to do a bunch of damage, all concentrated in one area. And right in the head. I was legitimately scared that that was going to hit me. Yeah, you don't want to deal with the Tobi's tail flip in such a small and confined area like this. Although I knocked it over, so it's not much of a problem. I don't know how that was considered its head, but I'll take it. I think we're just about done here, though. Oh, okay, I don't know how... That looked like a janky hitbox to me. Although it might have just barely been inside the tail swipe hitbox. That's another move I imagine you don't want to get hit by. And now I just play around with it and start throwing slinger shots at it.
You need to load the slinger with some ammo. See anything useful lying around?
Try and shoot at it while it's hopping around in the trees just to get some chip damage in. Yeah, that one hurt. Although you can heal on the vines if you want to get away from it. Not horizontally, but vertically. Multiple times this thing has come close to kill me, or to killing me. But it just doesn't do it. Probably because I have the bone armor, which has thunder resistance. So yeah, I would really recommend getting the bone armor for this fight, because it really does help with the Tobi's attacks, since most of them are thunder elemental. Or the big ones that you need to worry about, at least. You know, since you're able to, like, stab a monster's head, I wish you could, like, stab it in its eyes, and then its vision would slowly decrease over time. So that way, it randomly throws out attacks and tries to hit you because it's blind, due to the fact that you stabbed its eyes so many times. That'd be a nice addition. Just something I thought of on the fly.
You did it!
And there we go, putting the coup de grace on the Tobi Kadachi, just like that. Not too bad, except for that time where I died. Yeah, I didn't think to get out of the small circular space for some reason. It might have been because I underestimated this thing's attack potential. I don't know why, really. It was just a stupid choice in general. But now the thing's dead, and it can't interfere with anything anymore. Done job. Very well done job. Get our rewards. Scale, pelt, some pelts, armor spear. Just general stuff. This is the first monster where you can make lightning elemental weapons. I imagine that'll be handy for maybe not the Anjanath, but maybe the next monster after that, which might be Zora. Excuse me. The canteen has been upgraded. Nice. Nice.
You're just the awesomest.
That took a while. Oh, my dear hunter, I could kiss you! Thank you. Thanks to all your hunters. Well, bleh. I did it again. I need to stop skipping. Yeah, we can grow stuff now. Which is good. So, the way this system is gonna work is, like, say you're running out of nullberries, for example. You put,
Hunters
like...
the 5th. Come see me.
You put,
I've got an urgent quest.
3 nullberries... Well, 1 nullberry in. You get maybe, like, 4 or 5 out of it, so... It's a great way to replenish your resources without having to go foraging for them. There's also things like fertilizers that you can put in the garden to maximize your yield for resources. So just something to keep in mind. It's a really handy feature that you'll use pretty much for the rest of the game, just to save on time and stuff. Yeah, see, it's explaining it again here. Yeah, it just takes about one quest to produce another material. So you can just do like a gathering session, come back with materials, and go to your botanist garden, and then get even more materials, which is great. Saves on time. And you see here, you got fertilizer, you got mushroom substrate, and you got something else for the bees to make more honey with. See, you just put in like one honey and then you get 4 or 5 out of it.
Best for real.
I'm just deciding what I want to do. Let's go check what he has to say.
Let's get the letter.
Or she. Oh. I think she wants us to do a cactus quest in the Wildspire Waste. That'll be for a side quest video. There was another side quest that we had earlier where we needed to go capture a Barroth. No, not a Barroth, a Barrioth. No, I had it right. Barroth. Although I do wish that the Barrioth was in this game. He was a very fun fight and try.
New products and stuff.
Yeah, he's got new stuff for us. Let's see what he's got. It just looks like some fishing ammo. Or fishing bait. Fishing, is another useful feature in this game. Like, you use fishing to get fish, obviously, but some of the fish you can use to make barrel bombs and sleep ammo. Just something to keep in mind. Let's see what the chef has for us, shall we? Oh, he just added new meals and stuff. Fantastic. Getting yoked in the waste, which I believe is our first egg delivery mission. Yay! I'm gonna have fun with that. Can you tell that there's sarcasm in my voice? Because I hate egg delivery missions. I absolutely hate them. And you'll find out why. Oh, you'll find out why. I don't know if they still do it in this game, but in previous Monster Hunter games, they used to make it so that after you've delivered off your first egg, they will put random rocks in the path that you used before, so that you have to deliver the egg through another, more complicated path. So yeah, I'm just upgrading my armor for the upcoming Anjanath fight. That will be doing I think not next episode, but then the episode after that, because I want to get some side quests done. Because I think we have a few. I almost upgrade my bone armor to max here, but we don't have enough armor spears for it. Which is a shame. I think I'll get more armor spears right before we fight the Anjanath fight. Although, it might just be a good idea to just grind out the rest of the armor spears to max out the bone armor to get the most fire resistance possible. Or, yeah. Because the more fire resistance you have for the Anjanath fight, the better. Because I've heard from people on Reddit that that thing's fire is nothing to play around with. Alright, so with that taken care of, I think we should go see what the field team leader has for us.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. We're almost finished securing base. There's just one thing left to do. That's right, your old buddy Anjanath. Oh boy. Yeah.
Oops.
Per routine. Oh my gosh, the bad puns.
Hold nothing back.
Okay, Matthew Mercer, I will do that.
Okay, time to wrap up defending the base.
There's just one thing left to do. But now that we have the Tobi Kadachi taken care of, I think our objective for next episode is lined out. But one thing, the next episode won't be the Anjanath quite yet, because there are a couple side quests that we have to take care of first. So, in summary for this episode, we took care of the Tobi Kadachi, and that's pretty much it. Next episode, we will take care of some side quests and do the final preparations for taking care of the Anjanath. My name is Nightshade, and I'll see you next episode. Take care of yourselves, alright? Bye-bye.